ready to go here today. This is their 6th semifinal appearance. The opening tip is controlled by TCU in the home white. And we are underway here in Kansas City. Here is the first touch for Sedona Prince to Haley Van Lith.
I asked Mark Kellogg, any major adjustments? And he said, no, we really need to be better at the game plan this time. He gave TCU all the credit in the loss 2 weeks ago, but he said, I expect us to play better here today.
Van Lith on the drive, the take, a little too strong, but look who's there with the finish. Sedona Prince with the putback for the game's first 2 points. Starting 5 for West Virginia, knocked off K-State by 3 in the quarterfinal. Ross Shaw's the shooter, Harrison at the point. Quinterly outstanding defensively, as is Kyle Watson, and Kylie Blackston rounds out the starting 5. Here is Blackston launching a 3 and making a 3, reminiscent of the game in Fort Worth, Christy. She was on an 0 for 16 skid, took her first 3 and made it against the Horned Frogs.
And why is that key? Because you want to try to make Sedona Prince come out of the paint.
Returning to the court today is Agnes Emanopu. Did not play yesterday, precautionary measure because she's been battling a bit of a shoulder problem, but looks like she's ready to play as she hits from outside. Harrison defended by Donovan Hunter. Harrison, nifty dribble, a few moves, but it won't drop.
And you saw Prince, because Blackston made that first 3, she was slightly out of the paint. That's how Harrison was able to get to the rim.
Madison Connor, outstanding 3-point shooter, looking for 2, can't get it, and Watson's got the rebound. And that's going to be a double dribble and a turnover for Mark Kellogg's team in his 2nd season. His record since taking over at West Virginia after coming over from Stephen F. Austin, 49-14. Impressive.
Well, you know I'm not good at math, but that seems really,
That's
really
a good percentage, Christy. I'm just letting you know, yes. And Mark Campbell, you talk about the great turnaround stories. He's in his 2nd year as TCU's head coach. They were 1-17 in the Big 12 before his arrival in Fort Worth. Too strong from Connor, and it's picked up by Shaw. Shaw, very good 3-point shooter. Harrison had the big second half of the quarterfinal win. Blackston made 1. How about 2? It pulls Prince away from the basket. And if she's on, she can heat up in a hurry. 30% 3-point shooter.
And with the made basket, allows West Virginia to set up that full-court pressure, and then they can drop into their vaunted 2-3 matchup zone in the half court.
Van Lith, open look for 3. Won't drop, 1 and done, and here is Quinterly. Amazing speed for J.J. Quinterly, and you see some of it there, and she is fouled and will go to the free throw line.
Well, if you're a West Virginia fan, you're ecstatic about this great start. Blackston with the screen, with the pop, her 2nd 3 of this quarter. And then, Eric, you said explosive, and she just bolts in transition, splits the defender, and gets to the free throw line.
Connor picks up the personal. You can see the numbers for Quinterly. Didn't leave the floor, 24 points, 9 of 18 from the field. During this 3-game winning streak for West Virginia, she's averaging 31 points a game and shooting 63% from the field.
And just to be clear, that's not just layups, because she's also shooting 53% from 3.
Does it all. As we mentioned, 2-time Defensive Player of the Week. Filling it up right now on the offensive end. West Virginia out to a 2-point lead. Here's what Quinterly does best. She'll make Hunter work for everything today. Trying to get into Prince in the post. Here comes the double. Half-court defense looking pretty strong so far for West Virginia. Watson lost the handle. Gets it back, and now Quinterly takes it on Emanopu. Beautiful finish with the long arms of Sedona Prince lurking at the basket. It's a finish for Quinterly and a good start for West Virginia. Connor struggling to get it on across half court, did so just in time. Emanopu finds Prince for 2.
Well, Eric, that's the high risk, high reward anytime you're a pressing team. If you can break it, you can get good looks. And what I like about TCU is they didn't just try to force it immediately. They got ball reversal and then found Prince.
Prince went for 20 points, had 8 rebounds in that first meeting in Fort Worth. Quinterly on the cuts and the finish. J.J. Quinterly wasn't herself in that first game. Mark Kellogg was talking to us pre-game. She wasn't at 100%. We certainly didn't see that when she was 5 of 18, 13 points. That was not J.J. Quinterly in Fort Worth. I think we're getting the full Quinterly here so far today.
We're getting full Quinterly. We're getting the true West Virginia ball club that we became accustomed to watching during the regular conference season.
Hunter launches for 3. Donovan Hunter, 31% from outside the 3-point line, making her 6th straight start at the point, and it's a 1-point game. Good game for Hunter against Colorado. 13 points, 4 assists, was 6 of 7 from the field.
TCU switching around the perimeter right now.
Harrison defended well by Hunter, who's an excellent defensive player. Emanopu. Van Lith looking inside for Prince, defended by Blackston. Big battle in the paint, they let them play. Getting pretty physical, Hunter. Had it rejected, picked up by Quinterly. Quinterly to the basket. Couldn't get it.
We're seeing so far West Virginia's able to get all the way to the rim, just not consistently knocking them down.
Van Lith for 3. And the ball got loose, so the officials blew the whistle. That gets us to a media timeout. I think I need a moment. I think they need a moment. This was a high-intensity start from the tip.
When it's supposed to be. It's a final berth on the line, and Haley Van Lith is trying to get her team there.
Old Trapper Beefs. Energy emergency. Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
If you see water as a precious resource, and you reuse it, and reuse it, and reuse it, and reuse it, you might have a dairy farmer in you. Most dairy farmers recycle water up to 4 times, from chilling the milk to irrigating the fields.
Do the Ravens have it this year?
Can Lamar get it done?
They're trying to write us off. Y'all got it? How hard?
Oh, you know we got it. Yup. That's right.
Oh, you know we got it. That goal. Oh, you know we got it. That fight. Oh, you know we got it. Y'all ready? Oh, you know we got it. Let's get it. Let's get it. He ain't never gonna stop us, 'cause
everything you thought you knew is brand new.
we on the new wave. This ain't what it was.
See, when the game changes, so do we. Every day, every play. Always been greater than 12, now standing 16 strong. In every end zone, any time zone. When everyone else keeps asking, what's next? We know we are.
Welcome back to the 30th meeting all time between West Virginia and TCU. The 29th meeting was all TCU. in Fort Worth on February 23rd. J.J. Quinterly was kept in check. She led West Virginia in scoring, but only with 13 points. TCU built up a big lead at halftime, and they kept at it and won by 21 over West Virginia. Haley Van Lith and Sedona Prince getting it done. 26 points for Van Lith, 21-point victory for Mark Campbell's team. Let's take a look at some of the series nuggets already. And I don't know if this is just because we're on a neutral site and you go to Schollmeyer and they didn't lose all season at Schollmeyer and you are taken out of the game mentally if you're a visiting team there this year. But this is a different vibe for West Virginia against TCU.
That's why it's always so great to have rematches, because one, it's the adjustments, both mentally and physically by the players. Obviously, the in-game adjustments by coaches, but this is truly a different West Virginia team than we saw 2 weeks ago.
No adjustments personnel-wise out of that media timeout. Emanopu drops it back to Hunter, looking for the Prince screen. 4 minutes to go, first quarter.
Quinterly's such a good on-ball screen defender. It's difficult to get to the on-ball screen to use it if you're the offensive player.
Emanopu can't get it, and the rebound pulled down by Harrison. Harrison had 17 of her 19 points in the second half in the win yesterday against K-State. Watson well off the mark. Batted out, controlled by Prince, and now to Hunter.
Adjustment by TCU now. Prince is guarding Watson when West Virginia has the ball, and she's not coming out of the paint, so Watson's going to have to knock down the outside shot.
Connor working against Shaw. Lost the handle, but Emanopu is there. Shot clock down to 7 for the Frogs. Van Lith with the kick. Hunter with the 3. Van Lith, no, Prince in there to put it in before the shot clock expired.
With 2 offensive rebounds for TCU, 4 second chance points already in this game.
8-0 run for TCU to go up by 4. West Virginia was 4 of their first 5 from the field, but 0 for 4 since.
And you see the drop coverage on the on-ball screen by Prince just to protect the rim.
Harrison gets her first points, averaging 13.5 a game. That's second on the team. She leads the team in assists per game. With the make, the pressure comes from West Virginia. Van Lith shut off by Harrison. Prince, Hunter, another 3 for TCU. In and out, and Shaw batted it down to Watson. TCU trying a lot of 3 so far. 3 from 8 from outside the 3-point line. And Quinterly got the basket, but they say no basket for West Virginia. Mountaineers lobbying for a 4-point play.
Well, shot clock's getting skinny, so Hunter's just got to put it up. And Sedona Prince, right place, right time for TCU. And then on the other end, West Virginia, dribble penetration off of the on-ball screen.
The ruling on the floor is an unsuccessful goal. That play is under review.
All right, so I think, if I'm interpreting it the right way, was there a foul before the shot?
The offensive player was not in her shooting motion prior to the contact, therefore the ruling on the floor is confirmed.
That's the voice of Michael McConnell. So it is no shot, no basket, foul before the shot on Emanopu. Feels like with the intensity level, with the spot, as you say, in the championship on the line and the way this game is played, the benches could play a key role here today. And TCU going to the bench right now for the first time. They'll bring in Aaliyah Robertson, who started for Emanopu yesterday. And also Taylor Bigby on the floor for the Horned Frogs. Shaw, that's what Sedona Prince does so well. You're seeing 2 of the elite defensive players in the country, J.J. Quinterly and Sedona Prince, but it's apples and oranges.
And they do it differently. Prince, the rim protector. West Virginia's gonna have to stop short, because right now Prince is just sitting under that basket waiting for the dribble penetration.
By stop short, you mean pull up before you try to get anywhere near Sedona Prince's territory. 3 on the shot clock. Shaw's gonna have to launch something, but she traveled. West Virginia got sped up there, and it'll be TCU basketball.
And right now, as much as we talk about Sedona Prince playing defense, she's a press breaker as well, because what TCU's doing is lobbing the ball into her to eliminate any kind of pressure if needed. And of course, they go to Haley there
Well, no.
when I say that.
Now, I'm ready. Oh, Van Lith just got tripped by Harrison. Seems to be okay. First on Harrison. Mark Campbell's team with the victory over Colorado yesterday. Had to battle. Colorado was a team that if they took care of the basketball, they were going to be in the fight. And Campbell admitted and mentioned the fact that, look, it was our first time on the court. It takes some time to adjust to it. And you're playing a team that had already played twice in the court. And granted, Colorado, they didn't go away. They kept fighting all throughout that game. But in the end, the regular season champs, too much.
And so we're seeing Jordan Thomas for the first time for West Virginia. She's going to look to try to bang some with Sedona Prince when she's in the low block area.
Van Lith with the kick. Robertson open with 3 on the shot clock. No. Prince reaches up for the rebound. Robertson can't get the putback, and there's a rebound for Thomas. Quinterly. Robertson with the rebound.
And there is truly a chess match between these two head coaches. We know Mark Campbell likes to call a lot of sets. Mark Kellogg is watching him and waiting for the offensive call and then setting his defense right now.
Quinterly gambled on Van Lith, couldn't get there, and Van Lith found Robertson and the foul.
Well, it starts with a screen on the ball with Haley Van Lith rejecting that. Robertson with the backdoor cut and the finish. Haley Van Lith is not all about the shooting. She leads this team in assists. She is truly a playmaker for the Horned Frogs this season.
Good for 4th in the Big 12, 5.5 assists a game. She'll head to the bench. Final minute of play here of the first quarter. Robertson can't finish off the three-point play, and there's a rebound again for Thomas. She's picking up a couple of defensive rebounds. She had 6 rebounds yesterday against K-State, all on the offensive glass.
I feel like Jordan Thomas has grown up so much in the last 3 weeks. Played a season-high 30 minutes yesterday in the victory, and they're going to need a lot more from the freshman here today.
Shot clock is off as Hunter brings it across half court. Game clock at 10. Connor gets the screen. They call an illegal screen on Deasia Merrill, who's on the floor for TCU. I didn't see much movement there. Did you?
No, honestly, I thought Harrison just ran into a good screen.
It looked like she may have been there, but the call goes against Merrill. Connor will check out.
The only thing is
back on.
If potentially Merrill's feet was wider than her shoulders, because you're supposed to keep it narrow as your shoulders. That's the only thing I can see there.
4 seconds to go. Quinterly behind the back. She was fouled up top by Big B.
TCU foul number 1.
TCU not over the limit, so no free throws here. And West Virginia will put it into play with 2.8 to go in the quarter.
And Mark Campbell decided to go with a little size. Taylor Bigby at 6'1", now on the smaller Quinterly.
Quinterly gets it, draws a crowd, and that's going to come up short, and that will do it for the first quarter. Entertaining start to semifinal.
Impressed with Haley Van Lith this entire season, but it's really a marvel to watch her as she has grown throughout her career. She's just playing at an all-time high.
Shaw comes up short, and Prince is going to get called for an unnecessary foul. That's something that Mark Campbell talked about too. Again, you know, there are transfers on this team. Donovan Hunter, Haley Van Lith, Sedona Prince, Agnes Emanopu, Madison Connor transferred in. She's in her second year with TCU. It's not that easy. You got to make all the pieces fit, and you need a player who's going to bring those pieces together for you on the court. Van Lith is that player. Prince has been that player. Everybody, it seems, has bought into what TCU is trying to do.
Well, Eric, we see it all the time. Coaches go to the portal, but I'll say this is where I'm so impressed with Mark Campbell and this team. He went to the portal, yes, but he got the right pieces for his system. He got the right pieces to go with the players he already had. And he said, I will only get players who I know want to be coached. It's been a perfect fit here at TCU.
It's got to be a personality fits. Sedona Prince on the fadeaway. She's got 8. West Virginia could use a bucket. They are 1 for their last 11 from the field. They've fallen behind by 6.
And we saw this yesterday. They were down 12 to K-State. They know it's going to be a 40-minute ball game.
That's going to be a foul against Jordan Thomas setting the legal screen.
And here's the difference. Prince at 6'7" just creates space with that fadeaway over the smaller Jordan Thomas. And that's just some tremendous footwork by Prince.
Thomas picks up her first personal foul. Prince is 4 of 4 from the field. She has 8 points and 6 rebounds already in the first half. Open 3 for TCU. They've had some open looks. They've taken a lot of 3 so far in this game.
Well, one thing that West Virginia has done really well is they're cheating off the weak side to try to help on Prince and prevent some lobs, but they're trying to protect paint. And so we've seen a couple times. Haley Van Lith has been able to get 2 feet in the paint, but she's kicked out to shooters. Just TCU's not been able to knock them down consistently.
That's not a 3. It's a deep 2, and it's Sedona Prince, who's now 5 for 5 from the field.
And we've seen a lot of teams, and I think this is the way Jordan Thomas is going to have to defend her to give up that outside shot because she's not quick laterally. And Sedona Prince can definitely knock down that 17-plus foot jumper.
Terza Moore into the game on the glass, and she gets fouled on the putback. 2 free throws coming for the senior from Oklahoma City. Emma Nopu picks up her second personal foul.
And we talk so much about Madison Connor, Haley Van Lith, as well as Sedona Prince, but I think Agnes Emanopu has been so valuable for TCU, a glue player, so good defensively, 10 rebounds in the win versus West Virginia 2 weeks ago.
Did not play against Colorado, averaging 6.6 rebounds a game, 10 boards in that win against West Virginia. She'll stay on the floor with the 2 personal fouls as Moore's on the scoreboard. And here comes the pressure from West Virginia.
So this is what I meant by the press pressure.
They throw it up to Prince. I was about ready to say, just as you had said.
Alley-oop up in the backcourt.
But it didn't work out this time for TCU because West Virginia turned them over. Now West Virginia has it back. Out of the scramble, there's 20 on the shot clock for the Mountaineers.
You just see Prince waiting in the paint, but Madison Connor almost took her out.
Quinterly takes it to the basket for 2. TCU bench is hot. They thought something should have been called underneath. 7 points for Quinterly. Connor, excellent 3-point shooter, leads the country in threes made with 111. Prince has it knocked away, but into the hands of Van Lith. Van Lith to the basket. She's fouled.
JJ Quinterly just has a little hesitation, and yeah, I think TCU bench has something to argue about there. More, a little bit of an illegal screen, and then Haley Van Lith able to get downhill and get to the rim.
I'll tell you what, just the vibe you're picking up from these 2 benches, you pointed out before in the break, you know, West Virginia is into any and every play, and the TCU bench was fired up, as you saw. This is a calm moment. I knew that was going to be the case with somebody at the free throw line. If they were all amped up during a free throw, then I knew we were in trying to play to championship Sunday territory. But it's been interesting to watch. I just have that feeling West Virginia wasn't their true and best self in that meeting in Fort Worth, and they want to show something here today.
And between the veterans, Watson, Quinterly, they're seniors. They want to make this last trip to the Big 12 tournament their best.
Quinterly into traffic, somehow, some way found an opening to get the shot off, and West Virginia back within 6. Quinterly has 9 to lead West Virginia. Prince with 10 to pace the Frogs. Van Lith tries to go to work on Watson. That's hard to do. Watson's an outstanding defensive player, but Van Lith not shy.
Second time in a row now that Haley Van Lith's been able to get the ball in the high post area and just drive one-on-one.
Quinterly, oh, tough one. It hit the official, so it stays in play instead of going out of bounds, but it still ends up with TCU. Emanopu, another three. This one drops for TCU. Second three made by Agnes Emanopu, and a timeout called by West Virginia. It is now a 9-point lead for the Frogs.
Well, J.J. Quinlan is now up to 9 points in the half, doing it off the bounce for West Virginia. Quick backdoor cut, great jump stop and use of the glass. And then Haley Van Lith getting downhill once again.
You're in good hands with Allstate. Now it's time to check back in with Jordan.
All right, attention fans, get ready for a relaxing award reward courtesy of KBT Athletic Muscle Cream. If you're seeing this, oh, look at that amazing road. They just won some freebies every day. Millions of them muscle creams in the TKRT Athletic Muscle Cream delivers fast-acting joining muscle with a topical all-natural formula to boost endurance and ease those muscle cramps with dehydration. Let's go ahead and congratulate those winners. Let's give them a big round of applause.
You can get your championship merchandise by visiting the Event 1 merchandise stands on the concourse in sections 109 and 116. Get the look of a Big 12 champion today. Continental Tire is a proud tire partner of the Big 12 tournament. Continental Tires prove their worth on and off the road. For more information, visit ContinentalTire.com. Continental Tire, the smart choice in tires. Hey fans, let's root for the cutest players of all time. That's our pets that need adoption. We were originally going to have puppies Mabel and Bessie on the court, ready for adoption, but they were adopted. But additional puppies are available for adoption at Fan Fest on Grand Boulevard. Right now, dogs and cats and shelters nationwide are counting on you to help save their lives and find them homes. Donate to Best Friends Animal Society today, and together, let's save them all. Learn more at bestfriends.org.
Well, Sedona Prince came into today's matchup averaging almost 18 points a game, and she's already up to 10. One of the nation's best shot blockers at 4th in the nation. Started with a defense, has been great on the glass, already up to 6 rebounds. But she's a mismatch issue because she has more length than the post of West Virginia, and the full display of her offensive skill set's been on.
You see the numbers today for TCU. Prince leading the way, Van Lith, Emanopu with the 2 threes, Hunter and Robertson. The score so far for this TCU team that's won 8 in a row. They will be going to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2010. It will become official, of course, a week from tomorrow on Selection Sunday. Now the question is, what's the seeding for this team? Charlie Cream has them as a 3 seed.
Great defense by Haley Van Lith. Got over that screen to prevent Quinterly from getting the touch.
Harrison finds Quinterly on the cut. Prince was there to affect the shot, and Moore's going to get called for the foul for West Virginia.
Well, Eric, you said it best. Prince affects the shot. This should have been a clean layup for Quinterly. No credit will be due in the stat sheet, but this is the effects that Sedona Prince has on opposing offenses. She just blocks shots, but she also affects shots.
Well, these 2 teams are the top 2 teams in the Big 12 when it comes to scoring defense. Mark Kellogg's team, 55 points a game. That's #1. Opponents shooting 39%. That's 5th in the Big 12. But don't sleep on TCU's defense, giving up 57 points a game and holding opponents to 37%, which is 3rd best in the Big 12.
And when I asked Mark Campbell, too many Marks today, so I have to pause. When I asked Mark Campbell about it, he said, I just try to keep things simple. And he says it does help when you have Sedona Prince in the back line.
Helps a lot. It helps when you have Madison Connor finally gets a look at the three. There's been all these three-point shots so far for this TCU team, and that's just the second attempt from their best three-point shooter. Connor knocks it down, and it's a 12-point lead. 8-0 run now for TCU.
I like how you say their best three-point shooter, unlike she's one of the best in the nation.
Here's Van Lith. TCU looking to add to an 8-0 run inside of 5 minutes to go now in the first half. Van Lith for Prince. Prince leans in. Couldn't get it. Robertson couldn't get the rebound. It's controlled by Moore. Harrison. Back out to Shaw. Shaw's the leader in threes made and attempted for West Virginia. She has not attempted a three so far for the Mountaineers. Harrison got it off quickly because Prince was in the area. Another miss for West Virginia. They are continuing to struggle from the field. Below 33% now, 7 of 22 shooting.
Oh, Hunter was open. She didn't realize it. Two players went with Haley Van Lith on the cut.
Foul's going to be called on Quinterly, who came flying in. Confirmed, that's the call. Be sure to stay with us at halftime. Madison Hawk, Rachel Galligan getting ready to be with you for the Big 12 Women's Basketball Championship halftime report. Charlie Cream's Big 12 breakdown. Chrissy's just rubbing her palm. She loves any Charlie Cream breakdown. The difference is that you used to love the Charlie Cream breakdowns like late February, March. Now like November 22nd, where Thanksgiving rolls around and you're looking for a Charlie Cream breakdown.
I didn't bug Charlie until January this year. Thank you very much. But Eric, I want to go back to something you said, that Sydney Shaw hasn't gotten the three-point attempts. Right now what I'm seeing from West Virginia, they're getting into the paint off dribble penetration, but they're looking for their own shot instead of setting up teammates by pulling help side defense.
So a lot of one-on-one right now for West Virginia. Let's see what they can do against TCU here. Quinterly. Quinterly, step back three, couldn't get it. Well, not only are they not making shots, they're taking tough shots right now. After that good start for West Virginia, they were 4 for their first 5. They are 3 of 18 from the field since that good start.
And I go back to something Mark Campbell said. He said, we want to play 5-on-5 against West Virginia. I think the head coach has got to be really pleased with his team defense so far.
Oh, Prince, another foul on Sedona Prince. Her 2 personal fouls have been of the variety that you would think a seventh-year player.
Not smart.
No, a seventh-year player would say that's not smart. So she knew. She tapped herself, said my bad. And Campbell has shown this year he'll trust these veteran players to play with 2 fouls in the first half. Remember, Prince fouled out yesterday against Colorado, 18.6 boards, 5 assists before leading the game. Quinterly for Harrison. Inside of 3 minutes to go in the first half. Harrison lost the handle. Here's Connor. Van Lith up ahead. Good feed, Robertson. Good finish, Robertson.
Eric, you want to know when a team is clicking? There are so many nonverbals that TCU players have amongst themselves. Madison Connor is looking like she's going to pass to Haley Van Lith, but she's seeing Robertson right down the middle, feeds her. That was a beautiful pass, beautiful finish for TCU.
You talked about how West Virginia is struggling offensively, a little bit too much one-on-one. Look at what TCU's done, Christy. 10 assists so far on 13 made field goals. Excellent work by this veteran TCU bunch to be connected, stay connected, and it's helped them to a 15-point lead.
And TCU is 9th in the nation in assists, averaging 19 a game. I'm sorry, 7th in the nation. They share the ball so well. And I think this goes back to the culture that Mark Campbell has developed. You've got stars on this team, but they're selfless and they're willing to share the ball to get great shots.
Last year they had 21 wins. They went 6-12 in the Big 12. They lost in the WBIT, their first postseason bid in 5 years. 2 years ago, Horned Frogs were 8-23. As I mentioned, 1-17 in the Big 12. And here they are, up by 15 in the semifinal round with a chance to play on Championship Sunday tomorrow. Here's a look for Shaw. 4-3, wasting no time to get going out of that timeout. Sydney Shaw's first points. West Virginia needed that. Now they can put on the pressure. Knocked away in the backcourt by Watson.
And we saw it yesterday. This is a West Virginia team that's never out of the game because of their defense and their three-point shooting. Great screen by Blackston that gets Shaw open for that three.
Connor's got to throw it towards the front court. 3 seconds to get it over, and they waste no time getting it to Van Lith. Prince playing with 2. Gets it back from Van Lith for Connor. Little off balance for 3, won't drop. Into the hands of Van Lith. Entry to Prince, who touched it last. West Virginia basketball.
So 2 minutes to go. I think if you're West Virginia, you want to get this to single digits. No panic right now. You got to believe in your defense, but you also can't do it with one big shot. Go back to playing some team offense. Set good screens for one another. Create off the bounce and dish for a good shot.
Shaw to Blackston. Can she get another one? Looks good, is good. That qualifies as a good shot because she's 3 for 3 on 3-pointers here in the first half. 9-point game.
I just want to make sure it doesn't start raining here in the arena because that had some arch on it.
Little too aggressive defensively as Destiny Agabada, the freshman out of California, gets whistled for the foul.
I mean, there's arch and then there's Blackston's shot. I mean, this might go above the camera. Plain and simple. I mean, beautiful rotation, and I love that she shoots with such a high arch. To clarify, the more arch, the greater percentage that you should shoot, greater likelihood of it going in.
It's science, you're telling me.
Yes. You should be able to fit 2 women's basketballs in a hoop. So the more arch, the greater the chance of it being able to fit in that said hoop.
Are you talking about diameter or circumference right here?
Isn't it the same?
It is not.
Oh. I really hope my science teacher's not listening.
You started going down a path that I just figured you had all the answers.
Well, I threw it out there and I'm like, I probably should explain.
It's all perception, Christy. You sounded really smart, and I know you are smart.
There's a lot of people who disagree.
There's Shaw.
Prince just sitting in the paint.
Watson waiting for her. Kicked outside. Blackston, not this time. And the rebound for Van Lith. Final minute, first half, semifinal number 1. Van Lith, tough take and finish. Haley Van Lith getting it done again. She's got 12, 4 assists, 3 rebounds in the first half. Quinterly with the kick. On the cut, Quinterly couldn't handle it. Turnover by West Virginia. That's their 6th. And with a second between the shot clock and the game clock, Van Lith will jog it across half court. Mark Kellogg trying to direct traffic defensively here.
We're trying to get him in the matchup zone.
For TCU wants to do, and Sedona Prince finds the opening, puts it in for 2 more. The heave at the buzzer by Quinterly is over the backboard, and Sedona Prince, Haley Van Lith teaming up for 24 points in the first half.
Sedona Prince in the paint to protect rim.
Emanopu misses the 3, and Quinterly has the rebound. Game of runs in the first half for TCU. They went on an 8-0 run. They were down 4. That put them up by 4. They had an 11-0 run that first put it out to a 15-point lead. They closed on a 6-0 run to finish out the half. Well, this is what you're looking for. And West Virginia gets it. Kaya Watson gets her first points of the game.
And this is You don't always have to be a shot maker, but you need to be a threat, and that will open up the offense for West Virginia. And here's the other thing West Virginia needs to do. Somehow they've got to try to create some turnovers. Remarkably, and hats off to TCU perimeter players, no turnovers in that first half for the guards of TCU.
Just 4 in all for the team in the first half against a West Virginia team that is 4th in Division I in turnovers forced a game. And again, it's Van Lith drawing contact, fouled for a 5th time. She'll go to the line.
And we're consistently seeing her get the ball either in the pinch, meaning that elbow area on the left side, and she's just driving right down the paint and being able to draw the fouls or get to the rim.
So Van Lith going to the line, 24 against Colorado last time out. She went for 26 in the first meeting against West Virginia, and then followed that up with 26 against Houston. So back-to-back games going for 26. Really outstanding offensively. You see she's been a facilitator as well. Things have changed as the season's gone along a little bit. Donovan Hunter at the 1 has opened things up for Van Lith off the ball at times as well.
Well, and I feel like before Mark Campbell made the adjustment to start Hunter, I saw teams doing a lot of blitzing, meaning they were double teaming the ball when Haley Van Lith crossed half court, and that was taking TCU out of the offense. Hunter's now come in as the true point for them, moving Haley Van Lith to the 2. The offense is opened back up again.
Watson had an open look for 3, couldn't get it. 8 on the shot clock now as she drives on Prince. Beautiful take, but couldn't get it to drop. Quinterly comes in to try to take it away, and a little too aggressive, and Quinterly is called for the foul. That's going to be her 3rd.
Well, Sedona just doing what she does, and that's get on the glass, and Quinterly just gets called for getting in there and slapping across the body.
Look at that matchup.
Well, you said 2 of the best defensive players.
That's right.
They go about it very differently.
Head-to-head, but definitely physically not head-to-head, if you know what I mean right there.
Knowing Quinterly, she may have asked, give me Sedona. I want to defend her.
6'7" versus, well, JJ's listed at 5'8".
I'm going to give her 5'6", and I'm being kind.
But she plays big, that's for
yes.
sure. Here's Blackston. And away from the ball. Foul's going to be called on Van Lith. That's her first.
And Quinterly was able to do that face cut in front of Haley Van Lith because she just did a little change of pace. Got Haley's feet to go dead, and then she used her explosiveness to get the inside positioning.
Quinterly bumped into Van Lith. They play on. Now Blackston. Shaw defended by Connor. Shaw will try for 3 and make it. Sydney Shaw makes her second 3-pointer. That gives her 66 made threes this season, the leader on this team in threes made and attempted. Hunter. Harrison all over her. Hunter dragged the pivot foot. That's a turnover for TCU. Again, we'll keep track of it. Just 4 turnovers in the first half, but 3 already in the second.
Well, West Virginia just got the defensive stop because they're feeding off some offense now. Double staggered. Shaw realized the defender went under and knocked down the 3.
Just a correction. 2 turnovers in the second half so far for TCU. But they've come in the first 3 minutes of the half. Quinterly took it at Van Lith, and Prince was there as well, and Quinterly got hit. She got a couple fingers jammed, it would appear, on her left hand.
She's a veteran. She's just pulling at it herself. And it's the dribble penetration, and she gets up in there. And, I mean, again, she does that double pump because Prince rotates over.
So Van Lith picks up her second personal foul. And Quinterly at the line, the senior from Norfolk, 3-year starter for this West Virginia team. Top 5 all-time scoring list. Elite defensively. She was elite yesterday with those 24 points, 9 of 18 from the field in the win against Kansas State. Now remember, in that K-State game, they were down 12 in the first half. Second half scoring edge for West Virginia because Kansas State scored 33 points in the first quarter, but just 36 the next three because that West Virginia defense can get things done, and they're getting it done right now here to start the third quarter. Sydney Shaw now with 8. Hunter swings it into the front court. Connor to Eminopu. And now TCU will get things set up with 17 on the shot clock.
And it's really difficult to press TCU because we talked about Hunter being on the floor, but also Haley Van Lith. So you got 2 point guards.
The pass by Eminopu to the wide open Connor for 3. And a timeout is going to be called by TCU with 6:14 to go here in the third quarter.
The last 2 possessions is what we've been waiting for. The West Virginia defense gets it going, and it's potential. It's all because of Shaw's on ball, forces the turnover, leads to the layup.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check first that you bought seats in the right section. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
We'll see. Help yourself.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Just hustling. I'm never gonna stop, keep climbing to the top. Yeah, I'm crushing it, crushing it. I'm on my way now. It's my better self. I
Please, can I have these, Mommy?
Finding your healthy has never been easier. Start with Sprouts.
Children's Health is nationally ranked in all 11 pediatric specialties. We're recognized leaders in the field of rising to the challenge, making great strides to eliminate chronic uncertainty, and finding a cure for worried sick. Children's Health team members are renowned pioneers, and you got this. Squeeze real tight, and the most beautiful sound in the whole wide world.
A body in motion stays in motion until you feel that muscle tighten, that sharp pain you didn't expect, and suddenly you're stopped in your tracks. KRT helps you get back in action with all natural pain relief in just minutes. Don't get sidelined by muscle cramps. Stay in the game with KRT.
Everything you thought you knew is brand new.
We on a new wave. This ain't what it was.
See, when the game changes, so do we. Every day, every play. Always been greater than 12, now standing 16 strong. In every end zone, any time zone. When everyone else keeps asking, what's next? We know we are.
Semi-final number 2 here in Kansas City. Nikki Collins, Baylor Bears, who have won 10 of their last 11, picked up the victory yesterday against Iowa State, will take on Oklahoma State, ranked 21st in the latest AP poll. They've won 5 in a row. And what a performance by Staley Hurd against Texas Tech yesterday. 34 points. She had 24 in the second half. It'll be a challenge for her to do more of the same against Baylor here today in game number 2, Christy.
I think the matchup to watch are the bigs between Baylor as well as Masagayo for Oklahoma State. But the key matchup on offense will be Staley Hurd, and can Baylor shut her down? Because some players will a team to victory. This young lady physically put Oklahoma State on her back.
She's getting ready just off the court here, watching this matchup, hoping she'll get a chance at one of these two teams tomorrow in the Big 12 championship game in Kansas City. Shaw is short out of the TCU timeout, and Prince has the rebound. 10 rebounds now for Sedona Prince, so she has a double-double. 12 and 10 for Prince. That's her 14th double-double. Van Lith worked with Prince on the screen, couldn't get it. Prince has the rebound, and she was fouled. as she tried to get rid of it.
Prince now up to 4 offensive rebounds. West Virginia for the game only has 4 offensive rebounds.
Connor takes the handoff for Prince, ready to launch at all times. Madison Connor buries the 3. Third 3 for Connor. Harrison had the big second half yesterday in the win against K-State. That's thrown back towards Quinterly, but she was cutting back towards the basket, so a mistake by West Virginia and a turnover.
Well, TCU just keeps putting pressure on the West Virginia defense. Double staggered into the dribble handoff, and Quinterly went under that, and that's how Madison Connor was open for that 3.
Connor now 3 for 5 from outside the 3-point line. As a team, TCU 7 of 16, that's 44%. Number 2 shooting team in the Big 12 this season from beyond the arc at 38%, so above average right now for TCU. Connor can't up it. Emma Nopu bringing the effort, and a tie-up will give it to West Virginia. When we come back to Kansas City, it's a 13-point lead for TCU in semifinal number 1.
One instant, one play decides the game. Anything can happen. Women's Championship Sunday.
All starts noon Eastern time tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Should be a great day. ACC Championship will get things started. We had another single-digit difference game. That was Duke beating Notre Dame in semifinal number 1 in the ACC. So Notre Dame has bounced. It will be Duke and NC State in the ACC Championship to get things started tomorrow, noon Eastern time, 11 a.m. Central. We'll be on 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 Central for the Phillips 66 Big 12 Women's Basketball Championship game between the winner of this game and the winner of our next game between Baylor and Oklahoma State. So Charlie Cream crunching the numbers, and he projects. This seems like a pretty firm projection, Christy. 7 Big 12 teams going to the NCAA tournament. Iowa State knocked out yesterday, but that big win against Kansas State to close out the regular season, ensuring their spot in the field. Seeding is the only thing that's to be determined here, right?
West Virginia coming out in the 2-3 matchup.
And Manopu misses three-point attempt. Here's Harrison. Going to try to do it herself, it would appear. Now looking for help, finds it with Blackston. Harrison back out to Quinterly, defended by Van Lith. Prince comes to help and gets the block. Hunter can't get the three, and the rebound for Shaw.
Oh, they missed Blackston.
Shaw spinning and kicking to Quinterly. Quinterly, Van Lith comes in to tie it up. Possession arrow will keep it with West Virginia. 14 to shoot.
Eric, we talk so much about Sedona Prince's ability to affect shots. She's blocking shots as well. Quinterly knows she's going to be there. Doesn't matter. And then it's the team defense between Haley Van Lith and Hunter forcing the tie-up.
Second block for Prince. That gives her a grand total of 98 on the season. First in the Big 12. Blackston's having a very good game. She's in the double figures now with 11.
Nice find by Harrison.
And West Virginia will turn Hunter over. Offensive foul called on Donovan Hunter.
Well, this is what you got to do if you're West Virginia. Get some easy score. Blackston at the top. Screens, rolls. Prince doesn't rotate over.
Quinterly, defended by Robertson. Harrison drops it back for Shaw. Shaw defended by Connor. Shaw, tough shot. Knocked away and picked up by Madison Connor. Feeds it to Hunter, tried to get control of it, but could not, and it's a traveling violation. Just got caught on her thigh for one step, and that was enough to turn it over for TCU.
Great transition offense, and you're absolutely right. Just bobbled it slightly, caused that extra step.
Harrison steps back for three. Needed that. Jordan Harrison's been quiet offensively today. She does have 3 assists. That's her second field goal. And here comes the pressure from Harrison in the backcourt. Van Lith shut off by Blackston. Harrison all over Van Lith as well. Now Connor inside of 2 minutes to go into third. Prince to Connor, 4 on the shot clock. Connor steps back. Can't get the roll. Saved to Quinterly by Shaw. Watson trying to get control. Shaw getting past 2 defenders to the basket. Here come the Mountaineers late in the third. 7-0 run for West Virginia.
Back to the 2-3 matchup.
Robertson will take the 3. Can't get it. It's Van Lith getting the rebound, and a foul's going to be called on West Virginia before the shot.
West Virginia is getting the pace where they want it, pushing the ball in transition. Shaw gets it. Great head fake, and that causes Prince to come at her. Does the drive-by. Great runner and finish.
Shaw picks up her first personal. Kyle Watson will head to the bench as Terza Moore comes back on for West Virginia.
Here's the handoff.
Van Lith has it. Drops it back down to Prince. Those two work so well together. It seems like they're always on the same page. Back to an 8-point game. Five assists for Van Lith. 14 points for Prince. Quinterly, little hesitation. Moore on the glass. Great fight off the bench by Terza Moore for 2.
Great effort on the glass, and it started with the dribble penetration, forced some rotation. That's how Moore was open for the rebound putback.
About 4 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock, so Van Lith will hold for what TCU hopes will be a final shot of this third quarter. Shot clock now down to 7. Van Lith accelerates, goes to the right hand with the finish.
West Virginia's got time if they'll push.
Harrison pushing, steps across half court, launches for 3 at the buzzer. Count it for Jordan Harrison.
Well, I know West Virginia did. Little two-man action, Prince and Haley Van Lith.
4 on the shot clock, Van Lith into Prince. Blackston got a hand on it, scramble for it, and it's taken away by West Virginia. Good play by Blackston, and here is Quinterly. Quinterly looking for the call, and they say it was last touched by TCU. Quinterly scored just 2 points in that third quarter, Christy. So if I told you that West Virginia cut into a deficit by 10 points, you'd think, well, Quinterly was in the middle of it all, but not offensively, not scoring-wise.
Well, we started seeing them sharing the ball, West Virginia, that is, and that's how they got back in the game. And then you can always set Quinterly up for an easy look.
Just won't drop down for Quinterly. Struggle from the field like it was in Fort Worth against TCU for her. She's now 4 of 16 on field goals. Van Lith to Hunter. Hunter kicks it to Van Lith. Open 3. Haley Van Lith for 3. (19) for Van Lith. 5 of 8 from the field. Harrison hit the buzzer beater to end the third quarter. Now takes it right at Sedona Prince. No fear. Then last touch by Hunter will be West Virginia basketball.
Well, Haley Van Lith is the benefactor of Hunter's dribble penetration. Defense sank into the paint. Hunter finds her on the backside, and I'm going to say that was to her mother.
Could have been to Dad. Blowing a kid. Could have been to the
Dad,
TCU
sorry.
fans. Everyone could share the love. Here's Shaw. Shaw on the turnaround. Tough shot. No. Mark Campbell put his hand up, just telling Haley Van Lith to slam on the brakes. Let's run some offense, run some clock here. Get control of this game back. Now an 8-point game here in the fourth. You want control of the game, you kick it into Sedona Prince, because she knows how to finish. 16 now for Prince. 8 of 10 from the field. As a team, TCU's 50% shooting against this West Virginia defense. Quinterly, yes, and 1. This time she gets the roll and a chance for a 3-point play.
What's always going to be about the screen and the ball offense for TCU. Sedona Prince screens, rolls, because they've changed up the defense. The weak side rotates to defend her. She's got the mismatch, and Quinterly just doesn't care if there's a mismatch. She's going to take it to the rim.
So Prince is hit with her third personal foul. Kyle Watson will come in. Blackston will check out for West Virginia. She's played well for the Mountaineers today.
On both ends of the floor.
Yes. Quinterly finishes off the 3-point play. Outstanding free throw shooter at 82%. And here's the pressure. Watson at the top of it. And Harrison gets called for the foul. She's protesting that it was a flop by Van Lith.
Mark Kellogg's protesting that it was a flop as well. There have been some great one-on-one matchups here on the court today. Quinterly against Haley Van Lith. Haley Van Lith against Jordan
Connor waiting for three. Madison Connor scored just 4 points in the first meeting with West Virginia, but she has been on target today. 12 points, 4 made threes for the senior from Arizona. Quinterly lost the handle, picked up by Van Lith. TCU up 10 with a chance to add to it.
Haley Van Lith wanted to go. Mark Campbell once again saying slow down.
Jordan Thomas on the floor. Prince rolls to the basket, finishes again. Van Lith with the assist, shaking her head, saying no one can stop this combination. And I agree with her right now. It's a 12-point game, forcing West Virginia to take a timeout.
Well, everything's clicking for TCU right now on the offensive end. Passing the ball up the floor, sucks in the defense. And then Madison Connor just spotting up.
All right, fans, it's time to get wild. This t-shirt toss is brought to you by Charlie Russell. Get ready to catch some swag on the count of three. Let's hear you. 1, 2, 3.
It is March Madness, baby.
Let's go. There's nothing stopping them right now. This is just spectacular. Their celebration is on. Undefeated South Carolina has won its 3rd national championship.
March Madness begins March 19th.
Just 11 days away from the start of the madness on March 19th, and Haley Van Lith knows a thing or two about playing in the NCAA tournament. And take a look at most games played in the NCAA tournament. When you look at the rosters by individual players, Haley Van Lith, when you think about it, Christy Thomas-Scuddy, Final Four as a freshman at Louisville, Elite 8 the last 3 years. She's been in her share of NCAA tournament games throughout her career, and now getting set to go there with TCU for the first time.
Well, the bottom line is you want veterans on the floor, and both these teams have them come tournament time. You don't, whether you're home or away, you want that veteran leadership to keep your team cool, calm, and collected.
Of course, Sedona Prince with experience in the tournament as well. Foul called there on Van Lith. See her just kind of pointing to her temples as well. Be a little bit smarter here with a 12-point lead, 6.5 minutes to go in the fourth.
Well, we'd be remiss if we had also didn't talk about Agnes Imanopu.
Yeah,
and her, yes, exactly.
There's Agnes back on the court today. Didn't dress yesterday. Off the miss, the rebound to Prince in what is now an 11-point game, 6.5 to go.
Well, even off of the miss now, West Virginia looking to press.
Connor's got it into the hands of Van Lith. They'll get things set up. Van Lith got hit by Harrison. Little delayed whistle, but that will be the fourth personal foul on Jordan Harrison.
I don't blame Mark Kellogg at all. You leave Harrison on the floor. If you're going to make a comeback, you know you need your starting point guard out there.
Got a little delay right here for a contact for Haley Van Lith.
Man,
You know, she's so anxious.
Quick contact.
Yeah, I mean, she does everything at a high rate of speed. I mean, that was like, I'm putting this in, and I can't wait to get back on the court.
That was like Superman going into the photo, going into phone
Into
booth
the
and getting
photo
out. I knew it was a P. Look out for a second. The younger generation has no clue.
Yeah, if you say phone booth, what?
They would say the cellular store.
That's going to be a foul on Thomas battling against Prince. That's her third personal and the third team foul.
Again, baseline out of bounds. It's a two-man action between Haley Van Lith and Sedona Prince.
Harrison out there with the 4 personal fouls. Van Lith and Prince working together again. Van Lith, that's going to be too strong. TCU had made 6 straight shots before that miss by Van Lith. Harrison, oh yes, beautiful find. Watson, looked like Harrison was going to try to take the shot. Instead, she found Kyle Watson, who has 5. Hunter working against Watson, member of the all-defensive team in the Big 12. And now Van Lith against the Defensive Player of the Year in the conference, J.J. Quinterly. Connor. Quinterly almost got it. Tipped out of bounds. 6 to shoot for TCU.
But this is a difficult area to set that on ball for a defender, and that's what forced rotation by Imanopu, and she gets caught behind, and that's how Shaw gets behind the defense for that too.
3 seconds. Van Lith launches, caught the iron, race for the rebound, and Agnes Imanopu almost got there, but it will be West Virginia basketball. 1 tick under 5 minutes to go here in the fourth. Nine-point TCU lead. The winner to play on Championship Sunday against the winner of our next game between Baylor and Oklahoma State. Shaw will try it. Prince will rebound it.
And TCU will walk it up.
15 rebounds now for Sedona Prince. Donovan Hunter had trouble grabbing it, and it's going to be a turnover for TCU. That's going to be 7 second-half turnovers for the Frogs. Remember, just 4 in the first half.
Which we know that West Virginia wants to do full court pressure, but just the relentless on-ball pressure of players like Harrison and Quinterly is a lot.
Harrison looking for room, throws up a shot and gets it to drop. Jordan Harrison again showing no fear. Harrison into double figures now with 10, 8 in the second half, and West Virginia is within 7. No pressure here. Can they get a stop in the half court is the question.
And of course, TCU goes to, well, they started to go to some two-man action with Haley Van Lith and Sedona Prince.
Prince feeds Hunter on the cut to the basket. Couldn't get it. And the rebound pulled down by Thomas, who was fouled.
TCU foul number 13, Sedona Prince. For 4,
Well, Harrison comes off the on ball and then brings it back to the other side, and she is almost even or below the block. So hard to use the glass there, but Jordan Harrison did anyway. 4th
foul on Prince. Remember, she fouled out yesterday in the quarterfinal round. Quinterly can't count her out. Three and a half minutes to go. Van Lith. Quinterly is limping as she's hopping almost up the court. So she's not quite at 100%, but not about to leave the floor. 7-0 run right now for West Virginia. Van Lith with the kick. Emanopu with the 3. No. Prince offensive rebound. Tangled up with Quinterly. Remember, Prince has 4 fouls. Connor's open 3 is off the mark. Emanopu tracks it down. And a foul is going to be called on West Virginia. Another hustle play by Agnes Emanopu, who's been all over the floor.
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, Quinterly with the pull-up jumper just kind of comes down awkward. He's grabbing that hamstring a little bit. Eric, all momentum was going West Virginia's way, and then TCU doesn't score, but 2 offensive rebounds can be demoralizing for a team.
Van Lith wants to get it to Prince. Prince to Emanopu. Connor's got a wide open 3. TCU will take that every single time, and they've got another offensive rebound. And Connor has a second chance, and you do not want to give Madison Connor a second chance from outside the 3-point line. Five 3-pointers tonight for Connor. Emanopu doing quite a few things that aren't going to show up on the stat sheet today, and that's going to be the 5th foul on Jordan Harrison.
Well, I told you it was huge for Emanopu to come back before even the defensive stand. Not 1, not 2, but 3 chances, or 3 offensive rebounds that lead to that shot for Madison Connor.
Foul call number 10, Jordan Harrison. That's her 5th personal foul, 15 foul.
So Harrison with 5 will now head towards the bench. Round of applause from the West Virginia fans behind the bench. Harrison, big part of the win against K-State yesterday with the 19 points, 17 in the second half. Good second half today with 8 points. She leaves with 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. So it's Blackston who comes into the game. Obviously, more size out there for West Virginia, and Blackston's been pretty effective on both ends of the court, as you pointed out.
Absolutely. I think what happens now is Quinterly has to be a primary ball handler for West Virginia, so that's going to make it a little bit more difficult for her to create because defense can now try to clog up the paint against her.
West Virginia over the limit, and Emanopu at the free throw line. 69% on the season. Second season with TCU. She was the only one to start in every game last year. And another offensive rebound for the Frogs. Van Lith takes it out towards half court, and they can bring the clock down closer to 2 minutes. Prince may have dragged the foot. She did. Turnover by Sedona Prince. And West Virginia will take over.
So if you're West Virginia, you don't have to take threes. You don't have to be in great haste, but you do need to play with some pace here.
11 offensive rebounds, Christie, for TCU. 6 in the second half. And you want to look at the total rebounds, they're a +4 in rebounding margin. They've come up with some critical ones here down the stretch against West Virginia.
Well, think about 4 in the last 2 minutes. When all momentum was going West Virginia's way, what does TCU do? They just crash the offensive glass.
Here's Quinterly on the ball. Shaw looks for Watson. Watson backs in Connor. And a foul is going to be called on Madison Connor. That will be her second personal foul, and 2 free throws coming for senior Kyle Watson.
Watson doesn't have a lot of points, only 5 on the day so far, just 2 rebounds. But Eric, her defense has been really good, and she's been aggressive offensively. And this is what you want from your senior. I thought she really struggled at Fort Worth 2 weeks ago. Totally different player here today.
West Virginia as a team, very good at the free throw line, 75%. Good for 3rd in the conference. Watson now with 7. Here's the pressure. Hunter's in trouble in the backcourt, and a timeout being called by TCU. Great job sharing the basketball today by the Frogs. Christy, 19 assists on 24 field goals.
And this is the veteran team. They give up good shots for great shots. Off dribble penetration, off of miscues from opponents. They will pick you apart. They've done it around the perimeter. They've gone inside. They've gone outside. It's a very selfless ball club that is just looking for the highest percentage shot each and every trip down the floor.
They're averaging 19.5 assists a game, which is 3rd in the conference, 7th in Division I. Giving you an idea of the Big 12, you've got some teams that really share the basketball.
It's beautiful basketball.
Yes, as one of their primary goals. And it's worked well for TCU today. 2 minutes to go. They will be inbounding it in the backcourt. And keep an eye on what West Virginia does here out of the timeout and how they approach things defensively. Again, Jordan Harrison, one of their best defenders, out. She is fouled out.
Well, you saw last time, as soon as the ball came in, they went and doubled the ball.
Ooh, Van Lith to Hunter. Hunter's got to push it and gets it across half court just in time, and a foul called on Quinterly. That will be the 4th on JJ.
Hunter just got that ball across the court before the 10-second violation.
So Donovan Hunter will step to the free throw line. Played at Oregon State last season. Starter at the point guard position. And now at the free throw line. Hasn't shot a lot of free throws this year. That's just her 18th free throw attempt. Makes them both. 9-point game inside of 2 minutes to play. Quinterly finds an opening from 16 and gets it. 18 points for Quinterly. Clock continues to run as Emanopu tracks it down. Now Van Lith for Hunter on the sideline. Always a dangerous place, but Hunter gets out of trouble and gives it to Van Lith.
And TCU very comfortable now to work some clock.
On the shot clock, Van Lith.
And back screen for Sedona Prince, trying to get her on the block.
Emanopu on the drive. Emanopu for 2. Final minute of the first semifinal, 9-point game. Quinterly spins it against Prince for 2. 20 points now for Quinterly. Clock is stopped for the moment as it gets into Van Lith. Finds Hunter wide open in the middle of the court. Up to Connor, no need to shoot right here, as Watson will give the foul to stop the clock with 45 seconds to go.
Welcome back, Agnes Emanopu, who's been so good for the Horned Frogs on both ends of the floor. And then, of course, JJ Quinterly. Eric, degree of difficulty. Tremendous there. Brings it to the other side around Sedona Prince.
20 points again for Quinterly. 15th time this season, 38th in her career. Connor at the free throw line. The best free throw shooter for this TCU team at 84%. Eight-point game, final minute with Quinterly. Things have to go quickly here for West Virginia. Quinterly behind the back. Finds Watson. Watson over Prince. Good bucket. No timeout here by TCU. They'll inbound it in the backcourt. That's dangerous, but Van Lith finds Hunter.
And just a better move by Haley Van Lith. Twice she's been trapped against the press, and she didn't go back to the inbounder. She crossed court.
Looks like West Virginia's just going to play it out, Christy. Shot clock is off. Game clock ticks down. TCU fans on their feet. The Horned Frogs have a spot in Championship Sunday. They'll play for a title tomorrow here in Kansas City.